Matt, so many chances, so many what-if moments. What are your thoughts when you reflect on what you've just watched this afternoon from your team?
The players have given me, they've given the fans, they've given each other, they've given everybody that's watched today everything. I thought physically we were excellent. First half they couldn't live with us. Why? Because the players ran, they harried, they chased, they made good decisions, got to some unbelievable positions on the pitch. I've never come off of a pitch and we've had 30 crosses, 15 shots. We've missed some glorious chances. The defenders have done their job. The goalkeeper, when Marco was called upon, did his job. I just feel that today, regardless of the result, the performance was really good. Right, so we're all disappointed we didn't get 3 points. But leading up to this, we'd lost the last 3 league games. So I've never shied away from what the facts are, and I never will. So today, we have to use this as a springboard going into Tuesday night at Oxford. If we play like that, and if the players reproduce that, whoever plays in the team, then we're going to pick up positive results in this league. It's a fact. There won't be many teams that will want to come up against that power, that acceleration, week in, week out. But now, and we keep saying about putting the gloss on the performance, the only thing I can stand here and say to you is that while I'm really pleased with the performance, I'm disappointed that we didn't take the chances. And they weren't chances where they're half chances. They were really good opportunities to score. So Carl Winchester shoots from in our own half, and the goalkeeper somehow gets back and saves that. But I think, and I hope, that the fans going away from here today will have seen their team give everything for their club and the badge. All you can ask is that. Now we must make sure that the next layer is put up on the performances and we start taking chances, because I can't keep coming and standing and talking to you after every game and saying that we missed chance after chance. Something's got to drop. You know, we're so close to, in my opinion, picking up positive results, scoring not just 1 goal, 2, 3, 4 goals. I mean, at half time we should be out of sight. But that's the way it's going at the moment. But what I am pleased with and I'm exceptionally proud of is that the players today dug in and put in a really resolute performance. We looked, as I say, I thought we looked really strong physically today. So it's a positive.
And a bit like last week at Orient, you came up against an informed goalkeeper. Once again, he made some important saves, including right at the end, 98th minute, when Kieran Phillips is away, and we're thinking, is this going to be the moment? I'm sure you had similar thoughts maybe at that stage.
Yeah, Kieran Phillips.
Kieran Phillips, sorry.
Don't worry, I was waiting for you to.
Thank you, Matt. Kieran Phillips, apologies.
Yeah, listen, Kieran's not had a huge amount of football, but I can't stand here now and say to you that I don't expect Kieran to score that. I expect him to score that. That is that's his perfect opportunity. Unbelievable pass from Carl Winchester. Great run. Haven't seen it back, but I would expect Kieran to put that in the back of the net. And if you ask Kieran, he was stood here, he would expect himself to score. What you can't do, though, is when you don't score, feel sorry for yourself. The players won't feel sorry for themselves. That's a real positive performance today. And I'm pleased with that aspect. I'm exceptionally pleased that we've got a point on the board. Right? And now, whichever team is picked on Tuesday, need to go and replicate that. That's got to be the minimum requirement now. And I think we're a good team. We just need now to get a bit of luck and we'll be fine.
And you changed things around in the wing-back positions today. Happy with how Carl readjusted to right wing-back, and you gave a first start to Brandon Fleming on the left-hand side as well. Happy with how they slotted in?
I thought both of them were really good. It's always difficult when you make changes. Elliot Bennett was a tough one because he's played a lot of football. Mal has played a lot of football, but unfortunately in this job you're paid to make decisions, and I thought both of them performed really well today, especially in the first half. Brandon was up against Leeburn, who's 6'5" and was winning headers. It's brilliant to see. If I'm challenging Brandon specifically, now it's about the delivery into the box. Now it's about making sure that you make the right decision. But there's not one player that I can question effort, desire. So I'm really pleased stood here. I know we haven't won the game, but there's a hell of a lot to be positive about right now.
And when you had to defend well in the second half and Marco was called upon, came up with all the answers as Charlton applied a bit more pressure, as as the game went on. So impressed with that, happy with that.
Yeah, it's always going to be the way, right? So you're against a good team, and I believe Charlton are a good team. You're always going to have a period of the game where they're in the ascendancy. And I think probably it'd be 15, 20 minutes. The boys weathered the storm well. We defended our goal well. Marco made a couple of good saves. I wouldn't say that they were wonderful saves. I'd expect him to make them. Played well today. But what I will say, and the takeaways from this are, we've got to replicate that week in, week out now. So every time we play a game, the minimum requirement is that in terms of effort. And then I'm questioning the players, and I'm asking the players to take responsibility so that the next time we do get a good opportunity, whoever it is it falls to, we put it in the back of the net. Because that's the game we're in, that's what they get paid to do. That's not negating any responsibility from my behalf or anything to do with the coaching team whatsoever. But what it is accepting that we can't keep creating chances like that. We can't keep playing like that, missing them. Fact. So, but a lot to be pleased about today.
Yeah, lots to be pleased about, I'm sure. But the frustration must be indescribable almost. You've completed September without getting a goal. That must be so hard for you to accept. You see these players every day in training. You've seen the chances that have been created, the last few games in particular. That must be so incredibly frustrating for you, all of your maths.
The one thing I do know is that there won't be a goal of the month for September, will there? Let's be honest, right? So there won't be that. But what we have to do is, as a group of staff and the players, don't come away from the process. You can't all of a sudden go and change something because it's not working. We're a new group of staff, new group of players. We'll get it right. I have no concern about that whatsoever if we continue doing what we're doing. So yes, it just comes down to, and there isn't, I believe, a magic wand. It comes down to practice. It comes down to players understanding in those moments they need to feel confident. When one goes in, everything will change, the tide will change. What we have done today is we've changed the narrative. So, the fans hopefully saw that the players left nothing out there on the pitch, and they've done their job today. So I was pleased with the reaction from the supporters. I understand just how frustrated they are, and they have been watching us because they know how good the players are. And so do I. And I think now the players, it's about building more belief in each other and more belief in themselves. But what I will say is that it's a real positive that they're disappointed because we haven't won a game of football against what I believe is a really good League One team.